Well, good morning. Welcome to my channel. Let me recap what I've been talking about in the last video. That Social Security COLA has been raised to 2.5. I'm pretty sure y'all know that. Also, monthly earnings have been raised to 4,100, and that's pretty good too. That's like 206 more. And if you're below the full retirement age, your cap for working for a year is at 23,300. Now, these are a few things I want to put out here first before I get into the video. Also, yesterday, two things came out. One was that the Commissioner of Social Security has resigned. I guess he didn't want to work under the new president. And the second one, which is I think is kind of alarming, and I don't know what it is going to refer to, but Social Security offices will not be taking in walk-ins anymore. After the first of the year, you will have to call and make an appointment and sit on the phone for 2 or 3 hours trying to explain what you need before you can set up appointments to come in, which is the same way it is in the Philippines right now. It's a nightmare because if you want to try to get them, you got like on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 8 in the morning and 12 noon, and 90% of the time you can't get through, and you're trying every day for a month before you can get a appointment or actually get to talk to somebody. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's low staffing or they're trying to cut back their budget. But anyway, it's kind of alarming to think that now you can't just walk into your local Social Security office and tell them what you want and wait for a person, which I think would be more convenient and more efficient. Now, we're getting a new president this year. Pretty much you all know that too, that Donald Trump won the presidency. I don't know if you all know, but we got control of the House. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. The Republicans got control of the House and the Senate. I'm independent. I don't take one side or the other. I just more concerned about what's going on for the American people. But anyway, they have the House, the Senate, and the Supreme Court is favorable for them. And since they had somebody they want to replace, they asked her to quit before the election, so they can. I haven't heard that she did, but she's up in her 70s, and 4 more years she might retire before then, and then that would give the Republican President Donald Trump another Supreme Court pick. Now, also, I want to say some things that's going to be changing here. We're getting a new agency. The agency is going to be called the Department of Efficiency. And who's going to be running that? Elon Musk. Now, I heard that him, the vice president, and several others want to coincide everything, put it together, and take 3 or 4 agencies and make it one. So we don't know that with this Social Security Commissioner retiring, if they're going to just put Social Security in with Elon Musk's Department of Efficiency. Blind them too, you know. I know that's what they're talking about they want to do. But anyway, I forgot to tell you, thank you for all the new subscribers. And if you're new to my channel and just watching for the first time, I'm Hot Cup of Joe. And my channel is called Endless Road 9936. Now, my mission on this video is to inform you what changes are going on, which I just did, and what changes are proposed, and that's what I'm ready to do. Now, if you like my channel, please leave a like and comment below, and please subscribe. And like I said in several of my other videos, if you haven't seen those, go back and watch them. Anytime you don't have a question about something of mine, you have the Google and you can get on there and fact check me and leave a comment below if I got it wrong, and I will correct it. Or if you have a question, maybe I can help with that. Now, we all know something needs to change here in the future if we want to keep having Social Security to live on. And I personally do not believe it's going to last till 2035 when they said that the max the trust fund is going to be here. I believe it'd be gone by 2028, 2029. And put another fact out there, Social Security is at $2,600,000,000,000. Sounds like a lot of money, but you got to also realize that every day about 11,000 people start collecting Social Security, and you put that out for about 14 years. That's a lot of people drawing, and not a lot of people's paying in. Now, I believe a lot of things are going to happen real soon in the first 100 days. Usually from Franklin Delano Roosevelt till Biden, everything that they got passed was pretty much done in the first 100 days. Then they kind of slacked off a little bit and kicked back. And that's what I believe, that if we're going to see what his policies are and what he's actually going to try to pass. Now, like I said, 100 days is very important, the first 100 days of the presidency, but also the first 2 years. Because in the first 2 years, if you have control of the House and the Senate, you can pretty much get everything passed and paid for. But there's no guarantee. They believed a couple of years ago that there was going to be a great red wave, and it didn't happen. And they were believing a big blue wave this time. Didn't happen. So we don't know what's going to happen in 2 years. And if they're smart, they're going to go hard for the first 2 years trying to get everything passed, because they don't know if you're going to hold the House and the Senate. You know, it's always fluent, going one way or the other. Now, there's talked about the new agency. Also, Robert Kennedy Jr. is going to be head of the health department. And I forgot who's going to be head of the Secretary of State. But I have heard that they're going to try to stop everybody that he picked. Sounds like to me it's going to be a repeat of 2016, where he was trying to get a lot of things passed and the other party stopped it. Now, being fair, I don't want you all being like, oh, hating on me, but we know that also this happened in the last 4 years, that whatever Biden tried to get passed didn't pass, because the Republicans are blocking it, and the Democrats block the Republicans. Like I said, I'm independent. I don't try not to take any side, but this is what cancer we have in America, where we cannot get anything done and a benefit one way or the other, because we're playing too many party politics here. And it's like, okay, both of them has pretty much the same idea, but they won't pass anything with immigration, Social Security, or anything like that, Medicaid, healthcare, because they want to be the one to pass it. Well, their party looks good. And in the meantime, us Americans are like the little country in between two powerful countries, using this as a pawn. At least my opinion. Now, coming in 2025, there's going to be 2 million cancellations of Medicaid. and I believe they said 1 million in Social Security benefits because, again, I believe there's too much bureaucracy, too much red tape, and too many choices on Medicaid, different plans, stuff like that. You pick the wrong plan, you're out. And this is another thing about Social Security. Social Security, once you pick a plan, you got 12 months to get it straightened out. And if you don't, okay, well, then you're just stuck with whatever you got for the rest of your life. And then it can be gone. Now, also, uh, as of today, we're only getting 20% of our check from the trust fund. Take back a couple of decades, we were getting 100% from that. And we had almost enough money just to build it up. It was building up. And then at a certain time, it capped out at the top. Now we're only getting 20%, and the rest is coming from you workers out there. You who are working, waiting to become an expat, you might be the ones paying my check right now because there's not enough money to go around. Now, that's what you're talking about, the trust fund going down. What happens when we get to 100% of living off of Social Security pay-ins by the FICA because everybody across the board has used the COLA up, and you only got, the monthly payments that everybody's paying in on their paycheck or weekly if you get paid by the week. This is concerning because we know that the pandemic hit a couple of years ago and everybody was out of work. Now, if the trust fund's gone, where's the money going to come from? And I hope that a lot of y'all made plans on not counting on Social Security. I'm going to tell you right now, I was the one that did that. When I was 19, 20 years old, that puts me back 79, 80. They said what Social Security was going to be, and it was guaranteed. Then I get around 30 years old, and on that little paper at the bottom of Social Security, they send you your yearly report, and it says, it's not guaranteed no more. Then I'm like, what? I've been paying in. I've been working since I was 12. I worked as a busboy in a restaurant starting at 12, and every year I have worked since then, 52 years now, 53 years. Get it right there. So to me, Social Security is like a pyramid plan, You're counting on you're up here and you're counting on the guys behind you to pay your way. And they're counting on the guys behind them, they're counting the guys behind them. It's the pyramid plan. Pyramid plans never work out. Some of the things that they're talking about doing is cutting SSI and SSDI. I don't know if any of you are on that. If you are, you might want to listen up to this. They feel that SSI and SSDI is welfare. In a way it is because you probably didn't pay in your full amount to get Social Security. But SSI, they're wanting to cut it back 15 to 35% and close SSDI too. Now, here's my thought on that. Again, y'all might not agree with this, but everybody's individual, and I got a right for my opinion. If you choose to use alcohol all your life, and then you become dependent on alcohol, and then you go to the Social Security office and say that you're disabled because you're an alcoholic and you cannot function without it in life, so you need SSI. I'm sorry, but that's self-harm. Same way with drug use. Nobody put that needle in you. Nobody told you at first to use it. Now, if somebody has gone blind or something like that, that's what it's for, not for self-harm. So in my opinion, those people are out of it. Now, the SSDI also, they canceled 400,000 SSDI last year, for fraud. These are the people who say they were disabled, scammed the system, still working, collecting a full check, and that, you know, and that is all hurting our trust fund and our money. I got some of the stuff written down here because this is a lot to remember. Okay, there's, everything's a two-sided sword here, Now, here's another thing they're talking about they want to do, because they do got to do something. But, when you're already at full retirement age, I really hope they don't cut that 15 to 35 on us, gradually back to them. One thing is they're talking about is those over 62 and they took the retirement early, that they're going to raise their early retirement age to 65 and the full retirement age bump it up another 3 years to 70. After that, you got, how you usually, if you wait to 70, you get 8% more than your full retirement age check. They're talking about getting rid of that. They're also talking about totally cutting spousal benefits. So if you and your wife are from America, right, you both work, and you retire early, she can either take yours or hers, whichever one is higher. She can't take both. And that's sad too, But like I said, something's going to be done. Maybe Elon Musk or whoever the new commissioner is smart enough to figure this out. So we're going now to the next, which is, one more thing. If they do that, just remember what happened in France. You got people here that's 50 years old and they didn't save anything and they're counting on their Social Security. They might have made a lot of money but had a lot of bills. But they might get to full 4,000 and that. But in France, they had riots and they went crazy over there because they had a very good deal. It was like 53, 54, something like that. You could retire, full retirement, and they raised full retirement to the same age as we are, And they went crazy over there because they were like, oh no, this is not fair, this is not fair. We were promised this didn't happen. So, yeah, that's it. Now, another thing is the FICA cap. This is another thing they're going to do. Now, they have changed that. I don't know if y'all know what the FICA cap is. It's how much you have to pay in a year at the total amount. So if you get to 165, you don't have to pay no more. That's for this year. Next year is 175. Now, if they get rid of that FICA cap, that would bring our trust fund back up where we can be drawing 100% from that. Let's give you an example. Elon Musk, who's has been talking about a lot. January 1st, 15, 20 minutes into that year, he's already completed his 175, and the rest of the year, he don't have to pay it. Now, yeah, he's super rich, and he'll probably never need, well, we know he'll never need Social Security, and he's pretty much that money he's paying is never good. But if they raise it to no cap, everybody pays the same amount, then that's going to straighten out, because you're looking at, there's a lot of people in America that makes above 175. But also you got to realize there's a lot of people that don't. But that would even everything out. But I'm sure that you're going to get a lot of blowback from a lot of other billionaires like Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, especially Mark Zuckerberg. They ain't going to like paying into that. And that's going to be a big chunk of their currency going in there. And I would say that, let me get here, is the Fairness Act. I didn't know about this Fairness Act. I was doing a lot of research for the last week. That's why I haven't made a video. The Fairness Act is where the politicians have to pay into Social Security. Now they're on a whole different plan. They got a really sweet plan. You know, they don't have to pay in, and yet they get a monthly check for the rest of their life. Well, there are some that pay in, but they pay in at a lower rate than the rest of us because they work for state government, county government, local government. If you're in that, you get into a different tax bracket. The Fairness Act says that we're going to all pay the same. Now, with that said, I would say the best thing for us, and a lot of people oppose this, a lot of Republicans oppose this, mostly independents, a flat tax. I know the word 10% is always thrown out there. You know, I guess the church-going people there who say, well, you tie 10% of your pay to the church. Why don't you pay just flat tax of 10%? Right now, we're being taxed to death over 35%. Some people pay more, some pay less. Just put a straight 10% tax out there. Now, is that fair? Yes, that is, because if you're only making 50,000, you pay 5,000 in a year. That's fair. Now, the guy that's making my 5 million, he's paying in 500,000 because he's making more. It's 10% all the way across, and you get up to the multi-billionaires. That would straighten out a lot of problems, not with Social Security, but everything else. Now, personally, I don't want you all be getting upset for what I have said. You know, I'm just a liberty person here, and I worked hard going through all the government agencies' websites and getting this up and what they've been saying on TV and stuff like that, and I was fact checking it. Now you can fact check me, and don't shoot me because I'm just giving it to you because we all need to know. You know, now I'm concerned because like I said, they said the trust fund, as the way it is now, that go down by 2035. But I believe it'll be by 2028 because they know if they're not counting in there. They're not counting COLA. They're not talking about people retiring and other things. The tariff. Tariff is good for the United States, not so good for Social Security. Because when tariff goes up, inflation goes up, COLA goes up. Because when we get all these goods from overseas, and we have to pay 3 times the price of it, then our cost of living goes up. Now, in a perfect world, all these companies are going to come over here, and all these foreign companies are going to come over here and start building factories. That's his plan. I hope it works. But if it don't work, yeah, well, it'll be great for us for the first 6-7 years of getting great COLA, and then trust fund's gone. They can't keep giving us COLA, and then we might see a reduction in pay. Now, me, I'm not too worried about it because I'm 65. 15 years from now, I'll be 80. I don't really think I'm going to make it that long. Most of my family has never made it to 80. So, but you guys out there, I really feel sorry for you if you're 20 years out. You're 50 years old, you're talking about you want to be an expat. Well, I would say don't count on it. This Thanksgiving and on Christmas, I'm going to be talking to my boys and telling them, you know what, forget about that Social Security. Pay it because it's the law. But whatever you're paying in and whatever your employer is paying in, you take from your paycheck and you invest that in a retirement fund. And you invest in long term because you're going to get the best rate on that. Also, I know a lot of people ain't happy about money market certificates, but at least if you put it in there, the same amount that you put in Social Security, that it'll hold its value for the next 12, 14 years because you'll be getting that 1.5%, 2% interest. But anyway, this is Cup Hop Joe. I'm going to get on out of here. I'm supposed to meet my wife She wants to go see some music tonight, and we might have a typhoon coming in. If the typhoon comes in, I might be late again putting it out. I got a couple more subjects I want to cover. Talk about 'em right now, but y'all have a great day. This is Hot Cup of Joe from the Coffee Project, and I'll catch you later. Bye.